All right, guys, hold on to your butts because we are about to take a wild roller coaster ride through all of the Epstein insanity that has been going on today. And indeed, there is a lot to talk about. This whole story has been exploding into pure chaos, and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Now, the big takeaway of what we're going to be talking about today is that the Democrats just got busted in a major way. Now, before we get into all of this, we have to continue to put the pressure on the Republicans and on Trump for the Epstein stuff. Therefore, make sure that you leave a like on this video, make sure that you comment, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff, because that is only going to continue to raise more awareness around this entire Epstein situation. Now, we have a lot to talk about today, so let's go ahead and jump right into it, and I will be your guide through all of the insanity that has been going on just today. We also have Trump addressing the Epstein situation in this video when a reporter asked him about what is going on with the Epstein stuff, and this is not sitting right with his base whatsoever, and rightfully so. I totally understand the outrage around this entire thing. So let's go ahead and check this out and see what Trump has to say.
The Epstein case, do you agree with her, sir?
The Attorney General's handled that very well.
I would not agree with that at all. Okay, Pam Bondi has not handled the Epstein situation very well at all, okay? This has been a complete and total disaster for the Trump administration. The entire Epstein situation has been a total disaster, okay? Pam Bondi needs to go. I will continue to say that. That's something that I've been saying for months, going all the way back to when they did the whole influencer thing with the binders and all of that type of crap. Pam Bondi needs to go, okay? She is terrible.
She's really done a very good job, and I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also, but I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important, and you want credible evidence for something like that.
Now we have, of course, Benny Johnson, who just interviewed Mike Johnson and has talked about the Epstein stuff, and this is what Mike Johnson had to say. Mike Johnson had some really good stuff to say about this, and we're going to check this out because this could be a huge indicator of what is coming down the pipeline. And then we're going to get into what is going on with the Democrats, because they have been just exposed in a major way in regards to the Epstein stuff that has them absolutely panicking now. So let's go ahead and check this out and see what Mike Johnson has to say.
Speaker Johnson, this is sort of on the heels of something else that a lot of people are asking questions about, and because we've been lied to by our federal government for so long, I feel like there's some type of like there's a pain point, right, and a pressure cooker that gets heated up on issues like the Epstein issue, right?
And Benny Johnson is 100% correct about this, okay? Because the Epstein stuff has been a disaster, and the American people are sick and tired of being lied to by our government. We just want transparency.
Obviously, that's something that's taken over a lot of the online dialogue. I have a question here about it that concerns either testifying or testimony for Ghislaine Maxwell, potentially before Congress, or if you would support members like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Anna Paulina Luna on the release of subpoenaing the Epstein documents from the DOJ, whether you would support either of those.
Reagan used to tell us we should trust the American people. I believe in that principle. I know President Trump does as well, and I trust him. I mean, he put together a team of his choosing, and they're doing a great job. It's a very delicate subject, but we should put everything out there and let the people decide it. I mean, the White House and the White House team are privy to facts that I don't know. I mean, this isn't my lane. I haven't been involved in that. But I agree with the sentiment that we need to put it out there. And you know, Pam Bondi, I don't know, when she originally made the statement, I think she was talking about documents, as I understood it. They were on her desk. I don't know that she was specific about a list or whatever, but she needs to come forward and explain that to everybody. I like Pam. I mean, I think she's done a good job. We need the DOJ focusing on the major priorities. So let's get this thing resolved so that they can deal with violent crime and public safety and election integrity and going after Act Blue and the things that the president is most concerned about, as we are. So I'm anxious to get this behind us.
Just tell us what is going on, and then we can all move on to other things. But right now, this has been something that Pam Bondi has been hyping up for months at this point, where she's like, oh, everything that I've been seeing in the Epstein files is terrible. The client list. And yet we have seen none of it, okay? Pam Bondi has been so awful at handling the entire Epstein situation, okay? This was a huge controversy that has been going on today. All of the leftists are pretending to be up in arms about this entire thing, and it's all complete BS, okay? Coming from the leftists. But the GOP just unanimously voted to block the Epstein files release. And this is a narrative that we are seeing being run by the leftists today, where they're like, oh, how dare the Republicans block this? Obviously, they're trying to protect Trump. And I don't think that is what is going on, okay? I don't think that Trump is guilty in any of the Epstein files. I just don't, okay? I think that Trump finds other things that are happening with the country more important. I think that's where his head is at this moment. We already know that all of the flight logs of Trump being with Epstein and all of that type of stuff are all domestic flights. He was never at the island. So you have to be very careful about the lies that the Democrats are pushing right now in regards to Trump, because their only motivation is to try to destroy Trump. Now, this is a very important thing to keep in mind in regards to the GOP and why they're blocking the Epstein files from being released with the Genius Act, because this was something that the Democrats tried to push as a last-minute amendment to the Genius Act. And it is all just performative coming from the Democrats, okay? We can all see through that, right? And the GOP even sees through that. And that is why they blocked it, because it has nothing to do with the Genius Act whatsoever, which is all about cryptocurrency and the future of currency in general. And the Democrats have been trying to push this as an amendment with the Genius Act, and it has nothing to do with the Genius Act whatsoever. It is all performative BS coming from the Democrats. Now, keep in mind that all the Epstein files have been available under Joe Biden for the past 4 years, and the Democrats did nothing about it. Let me debunk this for those who never look into things. The blocked amendment was a partisan tactic, not a direct vote on release. Democrats, led by Representative Ro Khanna, tried to attach an unrelated amendment to the Genius Act that would direct the DOJ to compile and release Epstein records with victim redactions. This was nothing more than a procedural stunt to force awkward votes on a must-pass bill, rather than stand-alone efforts for transparency. They knew it'd be rejected, but they only wanted you to know they tried. The Democrats really tried, despite the fact that these files have been available under Joe Biden for the past 4 years. We're even seeing this with many of the leftist influencers out there. People like Brian Krasenstein and Ed Krasenstein, the gay brothers, and Harry Sisson. All these individuals never, ever, ever spoke about the Epstein files, ever, until Trump became president once again. And then suddenly they found the Epstein files very important. It's interesting how they were dead silent for the Epstein stuff while Biden was president. And now suddenly, magically, now that Trump is president, they're all very concerned about the Epstein files. And that is why we should not listen to these absolute snakes, because these individuals don't care about the Epstein files whatsoever. With all that being said, let me know what you think about all this that is going on, because there is a lot that is going on today. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.